Notice they're asking $83,000. If you look up in that upper right-hand block, you'll see that it's only a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And it's got 1,389 square feet. This is ADSF.
Yes.
Okay, and it's built in 1955, right below that.
Yes.
So it's an older 2-bedroom, 1 bath box. Down at the bottom, and Anita says the ARV is $125,000. And she's going to tell you the story on it, which is something you will only get from the realtors that are out in the field doing the business. Now let's look at the comps. Turn page. All right. Down at the bottom, we're only looking for solds. Oh, those are pending. Okay, where are the solds? All right, turn the page again, you'll see the solds. Guys, we don't care about active, we don't care about pending. We only care about solds. Do not use anything else for comps. All right, we've got quite an assortment of them here. So, what are we looking for first? I say square footage. Let's match the square footage.
Can you turn it up any?
I can't. Can we turn it up any, Dave? I don't know. Ooh. That don't sound good. Can't hear me in the back?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Square footage. I can only use. Whoop. Where is it? Oh, over to the left. Okay, so my one at the top's about, look, they're all about the same. Down at the bottom though, they get rather large, don't they?
Yeah.
So let's just use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, top 6. How about that? They're very similar, aren't they? And as I told you yesterday, to tell you the truth, in this price range, it don't make any difference if you got 1,200 or 1,400 square foot. They'll sell for the same price. Now I'm going to be looking for the highest sales price in that batch, which is 115, 118, 119, 121, 124, 125. But remember, what's our house going to look like if we were to rehab it? Excellent condition. Probably better than anything else on here that's sold for sure. So, actually, Anita is kind of at the high end of her R. So I'm going to let her explain.
Okay, so this is actually my listing. It's a house that I've been working on, believe it or not, for 3 years. Only because I have a tie to the family, I ended up buying a house from the gentleman that's kind of pushing this house sale within the family. What you run into is this is the typical situation where it's a family house inherited by older sons and daughters. You get a crafty niece who thinks that she can cheat her aunts and uncles out of their inheritance and lowball them with an offer with the intention of living there, which they agree to, and then she decides to start renovations on the house with the intention to flip it and keep the money. That led to a lawsuit that tangled up the house for a couple of years, which the judge came to a point about a year ago and said, to hell with you guys, I want the house sold, here's how we're splitting it up because you're not cooperating. So that, I actually tried to buy the house at that time, and when we went to pull title, of course, 3 of the 4 heirs had all these judgments and liens against them personally, which prohibited the sale of the house. One of the judgments had been from a company that had since gone bankrupt. The judgment had been sold multiple times. We couldn't find anybody to talk to us. You had a lawsuit from a disgruntled ex-boyfriend against one of the heirs, and he wanted money. I mean, it was just, it's been a complete mess. In the meantime, we did get an offer. We put it on the MLS because they needed more money than I was willing to pay at the time. In the midst of this lawsuit business, there's no taxes being paid on the house, so you can look it up. It's public information. I'm not disclosing anything that I shouldn't. there's about $25,000 of back real estate taxes. And the city has started foreclosure proceedings but has not issued a date. So we decided to put it on the MLS. We got an offer in a range that the family was happy with and would take care of what they needed. And then the judgments and liens and everything popped into play. While we have an excellent attorney, we're on our third title company with a guy out of Boston who is really good at solving these kinds of problems and has made considerable headway. The buyer's getting shaky. He's got limited funds. He's buying other houses, waiting for this thing to happen. So we are probably at a point where it'll go back on market. So it was a reason that I wanted to bring you guys into it. It's a great area. It's seeing a lot of appreciation for the south side. So if you're not from San Antonio, your conference is being held in an area that's not quite seen the increases in value as anything from downtown north. That's really where the nice houses are, the money is. Right now, this is an area that's primarily owner finance, rental, lots of older homes that are in need of repairs. Where you're at right now is actually kind of a newer built part of South San Antonio. So this is a cute little neighborhood in this area, and so it's seeing some of the appreciation as people come in and start to rehab in this little neck of the woods.
All right, great. I have several questions. Question number one, so there's $25,000 in taxes. How much do the other liens add up to?
I'm not sure what I can disclose as I'm their licensed realtor.
Oh, for God's sakes, it's a matter of public record, licensed realtor.
I'd say
total, as a buyer, I want to know that.
Yeah, I'd say total, their liens and judgments add up to probably another 30, 25, somewhere in that range.
$55,000 worth of liens and judgments, right? Okay. Do you know who's in the second position after the taxes?
There's no tax lien, no IRS liens, there's no hospital liens.
Who's got the second judgment, the second position?
They're all personal judgments against the heirs. There's nothing tied specifically to the house besides the real estate taxes. These are blanket personal judgments against the heirs.
But the heirs don't own the house?
They're on title. Yes.
They're on title. Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Because now I want to know who is the first judgment holder in line.
The real estate taxes.
No, beyond that.
I don't
Well,
know.
we're going to need to find that out.
Yeah.
Because what if I buy the second judgment and foreclose on the house?
Okay, so the question was, why don't you buy the one of the judgments in the higher pecking order and foreclose on the house? We actually explored that, Ron. And the family decided that was not something that they wanted to do. I even offered to pay off the taxes and do a loan and then foreclose on the house. Because there was no confident answer from anybody that a foreclosure, even if a non-reportable foreclosure, would not affect the credit of the existing heirs. They did not want to take a chance that if I foreclosed on them, they would have it show up on their credit report. Even though they don't have great credit, you hear the judgments and liens, they just were not comfortable, because there's four of them, and then there's also the two that caused the legal problems that would have had to sign off.
Well, any attorney would explain to them that it has nothing to do with their credit. They didn't guarantee a debt, nothing's going to go on their credit. They will be named in foreclosure, but not in a debt collection route. That will not affect the credit at all. In fact, some attorney probably needs to explain that to them, because I don't know what's totally owed on it, but I can tell you right now, we're not going to pay them what they're asking. It's only worth $125. I don't know how much work it needs either. We'll find that out in a minute. But I'm always going to look for the most senior judgment, buy it, then file foreclosure and wipe all the rest of them off.
That wipes them off automatically?
What?
That wipes them off automatically?
Automatically wipes them all off. Can't wipe taxes off. So even if I bought the second judgment, there'd still be $25,000 worth of taxes on it.
The others are out of the
Which I do not have to pay at closing, incidentally.
So how do you buy
I can take over the taxes.
How do you buy a judgment? Is that
You go to the owner of the judgment and offer him money, and they assign it to you.
you
can't satisfy it now. You got to get an assignment of the judgment. Now you're the judgment holder,
How do you
and you
prove
foreclose.
that?
Now that's assuming that you can even foreclose on this judgment in Texas. But it's not the homestead anymore, is it? No, then you can. See, if it's their homestead, you can't foreclose on the judgment.
What document proves their second position?
Well, a title search.
Title search.
Whichever was recorded second was in second position.
Got it.
But actually they were recorded first because the taxes obviously was already there. Now the city is going to be filing tax deed sale pretty soon, so what? I can probably contact the first tax lien holder. Somebody's probably bought tax liens on it every year. I can probably contact the first one and buy their tax lien, not pay it off, and then that puts me in a position to file for a tax deed sale. Am I going too fast?
No, you're just wiping everyone out.
I want to buy the most senior lien that I can, and then I'll wipe out everybody else one way or the other. Now sometimes you have to do that even when you get the deed. Sometimes you can get the deed to the house, but you have to buy the senior lien and foreclose on it. In other words, you're foreclosing on your own land trust.
It's a cloud.
I do that all the time.
It's a cloud.
Foreclose on myself. Huh? You have to clean up the title.
So can I ask a question? So I have a question. So our thought was we would lend money to the family to pay off the real estate taxes. That way I am in first lien. And the first month they don't pay it.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not.
Okay.
All right.
Explain that.
If you lend money to pay off the taxes, that just means you paid off the taxes.
Yeah.
If you loan them money, you're the most subordinated lien of the pile.
Right.
You pay off real estate taxes, it won't help you unless you are in the position of the tax, and the city's not going to sell you the tax lien. They won't. They just pay. You just got to pay them off. So you can lend them all the money you want, but that's going to put you in poor position.
Ron.
This is a nice neighborhood. This is a little bread and butter neighborhood. I've done a lot of houses in these kind of neighborhoods.
Ron.
Does this neighborhood scare you? No, it's not a war zone, is it? No. It's a perfect neighborhood to target for the low-end properties. Yeah. What's about this range right here? It's a goner.
Take it out.
So, cabinets we can save.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except we got a couple of doors missing. However, they can get replacements for those. I always put handles on my cabinets, even if they don't come with them. Now look at this top.
That's beautiful.
Granite, right?
Manually.
No, it's fake. This is artificial granite. You feel under it and feel there's wood under there, and it just ain't granite.
But it still looks like it's
You're not going to have a sharp edge like that on granite either. All right. But it looks fine for this house.
Yeah.
Yes. However, I hate that sink sitting on top of the countertop. See, that's old style. If you replace these, it's going to be undermount. Yeah. Faucet's fine.
Yeah.
Love the
Very
faucet. So we could easily save this kitchen. Put a dishwasher there. Get another couple matching doors. And honestly, that's it. I hate leaving that, but you can't put the under-mounted sinks unless it's granite.
Okay.
So we can't even change that. Unless we replace the countertop, even though that ain't no big deal here. That's really not a lot of countertop. Over there. All right, so we got to replace that door.
That door? Yeah.
I would even leave the tile, but know this: I'm a man. Therefore, I have no say-so in what we put in this decoration of the house. So you listen to me, gentlemen. You get ladies involved in picking colors and getting the house done because you suck at it. You have terrible taste. And by the way, who buys houses? Women. Men just pay for them. Women buy them. So you better appeal to the women's taste. So when a woman says no, you need to listen. Now, if it was me,
Oh my gosh.
I'd put wallpaper borders all the way around.
With chickens on them or something.
What do you think, ladies?
No.
No.
I rest my case. When the hell did wallpaper go out of style? It must have been out of town. I don't know.
No.
I like it. I like color. But, you know, I'm not going to force my will on it. I don't even make decisions on how what they do on the inside of the houses. I don't. A contractor, tell him to paint the walls, he already knows what color. It's an off-white. All the trim is white. I do paint the trim different color than the walls. Always white, and it's semi-gloss white, not flat white. Fingerprints all over it, and it just sticks out better. However, the ceilings are all going to be flat. The walls, I like semi-gloss. Some might disagree with me. All right. So anyway, let's talk money. We need a range and a refrigerator, and let me just tell you my thought on this, because Jay probably won't agree with me. In a $125,000 house, you don't need stainless steel appliances.
No.
Brand new white ones look just as nice. Make sure the stickers are on them. They know they're brand new. But to be honest, there ain't but $300 or $400 difference between stainless steel and the white anyway. So it's your choice, ladies. But I've done it all. I've done it all. Stainless steel is definitely in. And probably the most of the houses we'll see today, I would say, put stainless steel in them. And incidentally, while I'm thinking about what's in, no more gold. I don't know when it went out either. I hate that, what is it, brushed nickel they use
Yes.
for that? Me, I want a shiny gold. Huh? But that's just me. All right, so all we got is appliances and some foo-foo in here, right?
Right.
Yep, so what do you think?
Dollar amount?
Dollar amount. We got to put dollar amount on it, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we don't have to replace the kitchen. That's a good thing, because we got other work we got.
What, 15 too?
I don't know what you're going to...
2,500.
Well,
Yeah,
remember,
25.
you're going to have about $1,000, $1,200 in appliances alone.
Appliance, yeah,
All right.
that's what I think.
I don't know.
So,
No, it'll be
Okay.
$2,500. Let's just throw $1,500 at it, because I can't see where we're going to spend any more. We're
yeah,
not replacing anything
yeah.
except appliances. Oh, well, actually, we've got a dishwasher here too. Let's make it $2,000. $2,000 for the kitchen. I'm not talking about the door, the wall, floors, just the kitchen. Got it?